Welcome, everybody. I'm super honored to be here with you guys and super thrilled to have you guys on this beautiful live stream today where we're going to talk about money. And it's a very interesting topic. I went live earlier today on my page to talk about it a little bit, and it was a very nice conversation that we were having with the people who tuned in and also the people who tune in later on with the replay. And it's very beautiful. If you understand this one principle that we're going to talk about today, this one principle regarding money, then you will see it in overflow. Now, I really, as usual, when it comes to these trainings, as well as with the Freedom Lifestyle Challenge, by the way, who is excited for the Freedom Lifestyle Challenge? If you have already registered for the Freedom Lifestyle Challenge, comment below and say FLC7, because next week, 7 more days, I'm literally I'm counting down the days. I'm so excited for this challenge to finally start, because it brings such joy to my heart to see people transform their lives, transform their financial situation, transform their confidence in themselves and the way how they're able to provide for their families and for the people that they are blessing with their gifts, blessing with their talents, blessing with their knowledge and experience. And you can do that too, right? It is so incredible to witness this over and over again. And for those of you who know, that's why I wanted to have another challenge, to really be able to see you guys transform your life. And for those of you who are tuning in by coincidence, let me tell you something, there's no such thing as coincidence. And for those of you who are tuning in and are not yet signed up for the Freedom Lifestyle Challenge, make sure to sign up. Make sure to grab your spot, because this challenge is gonna really blow off your socks. It's gonna be really epic. And we've included a number of very nice exercises. I really need to take my breath here. And, for those of you who don't know me, you probably haven't seen this part of me because you don't know me, obviously. But yeah, I just want to say that it really does something to me. I mean, just want to be honest. It really does something to me to be able to vibe with all of you and to be able to play a role in your life in the way that you allow me to play it. And to see incredible things come from that. And specifically about money, right? Now, before we get started with today's episode, which is all about understanding the secrets of the richest, comment below and say secrets of the richest. And before we dive into that, I want to ask you a question. Because when we are discussing these topics, there are some side effects, okay? I just want to share it open, honest, candid with you guys. There are some possible side effects. One side effect could be that after this episode, all of a sudden you have flipped the switch and you understand that you might see some more income coming your way, right? So more abundance could be a side effect. Second thing is way more clarity, that you think actually, why didn't we learn this in school? This makes so much sense. Let's do this, right? So clarity is a possible outcome. Another possible outcome is that all of a sudden you feel way more happy. You feel a weight off your shoulders, because what we're going to dive into today is really about understanding where does money take a central place in our life. And how can we have our relationship with money in such a way that we can spend more time together? And what I mean by that is you can spend more time together with money. In other words, you'll be able to live a more abundant life. So before we start with all of this, I want to ask your permission, or I want to ask you a question. If you don't like money, if you think that money is the root of all evil, if you don't like the side effect that perhaps you see more financial results after today's training, then this is not the thing for you, okay? And that's fine. Not everybody is into, creating more abundance. Not everybody wants to be able to give more to charity whenever they get more money, right? So it's totally cool if you don't like money, but then I would just, respectfully advise you not to tune in on today's training, because today is about making money. If, however, you feel like, hey, if I have more money, I'll be able to do more good things. I would love to know more. Then comment below and say, let's go. Because I am super excited to be sharing these things with you. And the funny thing is actually that these principles that I'm about to share with you are not rocket science. They're not difficult. They're actually super simple. And you probably get a feeling after this episode today that like, why didn't I think of that? Right? It's so simple. And that's the thing. It's a true, like it's like, I don't even know the words for it, but it is simple. And simple does not necessarily mean that it's super easy to incorporate it. Because if you just think about the world, right? The majority of the world is not the most wealthy. It's only the minority that has real and secure and consistent abundance. And one of the things that Master Sri Akashna will have shared with you guys many of times is that what he wants for this creator circle, what he wants for this group, is for everybody to be able to have more awareness about the creation of abundance. That everybody is more aware that it lies within your reach to get more abundance. And in last training, for those of you who were there, comment below if you were there on the Am Manifestation Song episode. Comment below and say Am Manifestations Song if you were at the last episode as well. There we talked about how important it is to be in alignment with the future that you want. If you want to live a freedom lifestyle, you have to be a freedom lifestyle person already before it has even happened, because you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Right? And I see a lot of let's goes coming in. Beautiful. And I see a very beautiful comment coming in right now. Katia says, abundance is for everybody. Abundance is for everyone. Very, very beautiful and very, very true. Which brings me to the first point, right? And this is for those of you, and I just really want to thank you, Katia. Katia is one of our amazing students. Please, big shout out to her. It actually comes, like a lot of the time when people say, no, I don't want money, there's a lot of psychology behind it. And we're going to talk and dive deep into that today. But a lot of the time, it also actually comes from a very kind heart, right? You may be thinking that, hey, there are other people that perhaps need the money more. I'm okay. But as Katia is saying, abundance is for everyone. That's the word. Like if you listen to the word abundance, there is an abundance of abundance, right? There actually is enough and more for all of us. So there is absolutely no harm with you wanting to create wealth. There's absolutely no wickedness with you wanting to be able to live an abundant lifestyle. It is so, so important to realize that, because when you then, because a lot of you are very kind people, you just want to do good things, you want to help other people. And if you have this like misconception that when I have, you don't have, then it's going to be a tough ride. But if you now have the awareness, and I want us to all reaffirm this, if we have the awareness that abundance is there for everyone, like Katia was saying, let's comment that below. Abundance is for everyone. Then we know that I can strive for abundance. I can go and do my steps to be able to acquire more financial incomes, more financial means, because when I have more financial means, it doesn't mean that someone else has less. Okay? And how is that so? That brings me to the first big learning of the day. And a lot of the students who are on here, FLC students, comment below and say FLC, because you guys will know all about it. I'm actually going to give some shout outs to some of the FLC students in a moment later today as well. But specifically right now, I want to share with you guys that we have to completely adjust the way how we think and appreciate money. Okay? Because again, abundance is there for everyone. Thank you so much for commenting below. By the way, that holds vibration. That will allow the manifestation process to be, sped up. So it's really, really powerful. And all my FLC students, mwah, love you all. Okay? Now, when it comes to money, I want you to write this one thing down. And at the 7-day Freedom Lifestyle Challenge, we go even deeper on this point, right? It's very, very important, if you want to create a freedom lifestyle, that you understand these principles and that your mind is ready to think and your heart is ready to feel and your body is ready to accept and understand that we can all achieve greatness. We can all live abundance and live abundantly. Because, let's write this all down, everybody. Money is energy. Money is energy. And when you realize that, you understand that, hey, yeah, that's true. There's enough energy everywhere. And there's enough money everywhere for everyone. And what is very important with this as well is that we start to understand, okay, so if I look at my life right now, if I take a screenshot of my life right now at this very moment, and you look at your finances, and I want you all to do this, okay? Just for a moment, you don't have to comment this, but this is just for yourself. Just think about, okay, where am I at right now when I look at my money and my finances? Is there room for improvement? Okay, just keep that in your mind. Where are you at right now? Write that down for yourself on a piece of paper. Then the next thing that I want you to envision, and this is something that you can share within the chat, and it's beautiful always to see, is where would you like to see yourself in the next 5 years financially? Where would you like to see yourself in the next 5 years financially? What type of finances would you like to have? It could be that you say, I want to be financially free. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be able to do this and this and this financially, right? Comment that below. Again, by commenting it, by writing it, it puts out that vibration. It basically brings it into existence already, energetically. And then it's about us understanding and consistently implementing these steps that I'm about to share with you today and during the 7-Day Freedom Lifestyle Challenge that will allow you to completely shift from where you are right now to where you want to be. 7-digit income, beautiful. There's always room for improvement, so you can serve more and more and more. That's very beautiful. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. I want to be financially free, beautiful. And let me just tell you, while these comments are coming in for what you see for yourself in the next 5 years, you can so have it. It is already there. It already exists. I shared it with you guys the other day, right? It already exists. That future, and now specifically zooming in on the money part of it, it already exists. It is already there. It's right here. Can you see it? This is your future. This is your financial freedom right here. This already exists. And this is at a certain vibration. So I'm just quickly looping back to what we spoke about the other day. This already exists and is here with a certain vibration. The only thing that we need to do, you, me, and everyone on this call, and everybody who will be watching the replay, we just need to also vibrate at the same frequency. We need to be that person that is at the same vibration such that this one will come to us. And just to give you guys a little bit of a preview of the understanding that you will leave this session with today, you will understand that by you making this shift that we're talking about and that we are facilitating during this challenge. So for those of you who are not yet part of the challenge, make sure to sign up. I've put the link in the description. I'll quickly pop a link in the comments as well. For those of you who are not part of it, really, I know it's going to be life-changing. It's a free challenge. It's going to be 7 days, 2 hours per day, starting next week, the 27th of September. Yeah, I'm just quickly going to pin this post so that, oh, can I pin this post? I should be, yeah, pin comments. There we go. So everybody can just grab it and see it at all times. We just need to make shifts to ourselves. And all of a sudden, and this is what I talked about today on my live video on my Facebook page, is that when we make that shift, all of a sudden, things come our way that we didn't expect in 1,000 years. Opportunities come our way, people come our way, courses come our way, just things like money comes our way. How many of you have ever had it that you felt so blissful, you felt so good, so happy, so positive, that all of a sudden, things just came so easy to you? Comment below if you've ever had this. Nice. What we have been patiently waiting for is on the way, my friends. Beautiful, very beautiful. How many of you can relate that you had this blissful experience, happy, in alignment, and all of a sudden things just came to you easily? It's like, what? Another thing, and then another thing, and then another thing. It's like, huh? Before I used to struggle so much, and all of a sudden it comes easy to me, right? Or how many of you know of those people that always seem to have everything come to them easily? Like, this person doesn't even seem to work, but is always happy and money is just flowing this person's way. That must be a lucky person and might have the right connections. But what if I was to tell you that this is exactly what I'm talking about being in the same vibration, being in aligned vibration with the thing that you want? All of a sudden, it comes to you, right? I see a lot of me's coming in, a lot of people. I woke up the other day and my family was totally different, very happy, and even the trees look brighter. Wow, that's so beautiful. I love that, right? And this is true. This holds for everything. Let me share with you another example where you probably have seen this before. Say, for instance, you have a well, which brand? Let's say you have a particular car. Let's say you have a Mini, right? My sister has a Mini, so you have a Mini. All of a sudden, when you drive the streets, Minis are everywhere, right? Everywhere is Minis. Or you change car, all of a sudden you drive a Toyota, right? And you step into your Toyota, and all of a sudden the whole world is driving Toyota. Huh? You'd be like, what? Did everybody just switch cars? But it's not like that. Let me share with you what it is. And you probably have had this before too. And I want you to write it down. What you focus on expands. And this is a thing that I've learned from Master Sri Akashna very early on in my entrepreneurial journey. It's a very beautiful concept. What you focus on expands. Make sure to write it down. Audi, nice. Thank you so much for your interaction. So beautiful, right? What you focus on expands. So if we focus on happiness, if we focus on gratitude, if we focus on good things, if we focus on being in alignment with this beautiful future, and today speaking specifically about this financial future, then that will expand. It will come to us in abundance. And this is a wonderful concept, right? A lot of the time people talk about things in a difficult way. But you will have noticed, Master Sri Akashna, myself, or any of the amazing leaders from the I'm Creator family, we don't talk difficult. We talk very, very simple terms. And why? Because the truth of the matter is things are simple, right? Some people say like, oh, if you do business, you have to create a forecast. You have to do this, you have to do that. Yes, of course, it's good to know your numbers. But the truth of the matter is that the core of business, the core of wealth creation is actually very simple. And what it comes down to is that we, and this is the biggest thing, that we take a good look at ourselves today and understand, hey, if I observe myself at this very moment, am I in alignment with that wealth? And this is a question I'm asking you guys right now. Are you really in alignment with wealth? And the answer to that question has actually multiple parts to it. The biggest part is actually not per se what you are consciously aware of, but what lies in the subconscious. Okay? And I want you to write it down. The solution or the answer to this question lies in the conscious and the subconscious. Okay? So for us to question, are we in alignment with the wealth that we so much want? Has two parts to it, the conscious one and the subconscious. Now, most people are very grumpy. Well, I wouldn't say most people, but very often, especially if you're happy, you will notice that a lot of people are so grumpy and they're always focusing on problems, this problem, that, right? You may have noticed it yourself as well. If you go through this, let's say, spiritual awakening, you tend to be more grateful. You tend to be more happy. You tend to be more lively and excited. And then all of a sudden, you see all this bad rubbish in the news and you see people just feeling sad because the bus came 2 minutes late or whatever it may be. And you think like, oh, take a break, person. But if we then observe that, that is then a part where we see that, hey, we are more conscious now of the fact, like what are we what will help us, how can we do certain things that serve us better to get closer to what it is that we want. So that's our conscious part where we know, hey, good habits, journaling, if we do gratitude, if we do physical practice to make sure that our vessel is strong, if we do certain things, that it will help us to be able to achieve those goals faster. Or if we talk about strategies, very powerful strategies are find yourself a mentor, allow yourself to get to a certain point faster. If you've never heard this one before, write it down, comment it below. I need to find a mentor. We're going to talk more about this stuff later on in the challenge as well, right? You need to be able to shortcut your way to a particular goal. If you don't know how to do particular things, find someone who does know it and model them, right? So these are all conscious things. But what about the subconscious? What about all these things that are stopping us, but we're not even aware of it? And that's what we're going to talk about today. And on day number 1 and number 2 of the Freedom Lifestyle Challenge, we're going to completely cleanse this, this chamber over here. And this chamber here actually is like the head and the heart, where we allow you to see what subconscious programming is there that stops you from making more money, that stops you from success, that stops you from living a freedom lifestyle, being able to do what you want when you want it. Because let me ask you this question, right? Some of you who might still be thinking, yeah, but money, it's not all about money. Let me ask you this question. Do you ever have it that you walk down the stairs or you go to your door or wherever you grab your mail from, you see your pile of envelopes, and somehow your heart starts to go a bit faster? You all of a sudden don't feel as aligned anymore. And you just look at it and think, some bills here. How many of you can relate to this feeling? That even though you were the happiest when you woke up and you saw beautiful flowers, you saw beautiful birds, you hear them whistle, right? And then you walk through the mail, and all of a sudden all that alignment goes to the bin. Then we feel like, hey, how do we pay this time? I need to make ends meet. Maybe I'll cancel this trip to the spa. I have to focus on getting these bills done. Or I don't even know how to do it. Let me find a way. I need to hustle. I need to, all this stress, right? And some of you may be thinking, well, I don't have any envelopes coming. Everything is electronic. Well, then it's the same thing. If you see that electronic bill coming in, right? And what is that actually? Even if we are not the most, let's say, even if you don't feel like you care about money too much, that still, that feeling is so present in your life that actually stops you from other things as well. Let me tell you what those things are. The stress that the financial necessities cause you is not good for your health. It's not good for your relationships, but because let me tell you, if there's money problems, it always affects relationships. It won't allow you to be as productive in the things that you do. It won't allow you to have that happiness advantage to see everything beautiful and let, everything coming your way. So what we have come to understand and come to agreement with each other is that even though money might not be like the most important thing in our lives, it has a tremendous effect on what is most important in our lives. And I made a post recently where I shared that, what did I write? I wrote, and if you guys like it, then feel free to comment it below as well. I said, I don't love money. I love the ease and scale with which you can do good with it. So let me say that again. I don't love money, but I love the ease and the scale with which you can do good with it. And now I want to bring it back to this very understanding of what money really is. Because at the end of the day, money is a magnifier. We will speak more about this during the challenge. Money is purely a magnifier. If you are a crook, if you're a villain and you get more money, you're going to do more bad things with it. right? But if you are a creator, if you are a good person, if you love to help people, if you like to do good things, then if you have more money, you will do more good things with it. Am I right? Let me ask you that question. If you had more money, will you do more good with it? Will you help your loved ones? Will you help the charities? Will you be able to look after yourself better? Make sure you get the proper nutrition. Make sure you get the proper, physical attention. Make sure you get a personal trainer to get your health in shape. Make sure that you treat yourself, do some lovely things to relax and recharge. Because let me tell you one thing, especially for those of you with the biggest hearts, especially with those of you who think like, again, I care about other people. There's this very, very important principle that I feel is very important to share with you guys right now. And it's something by Robert Kiyosaki. He shared this in, I believe, his book, but I can't recall which book. But in any case, what he says is, let's say if you are running a company and every month you're paying out people, you're paying your employees, you're paying your, everybody who works there, pay yourself first. And I want you guys to comment this below. Pay yourself first. And some of you right now may be thinking like, that is so egoistic, right? That is like just thinking about yourself, self-centered person. No, it isn't. And let me tell you why. If you always put other people first, it's actually a general law of life. It's not just about money, but it's like very easy to explain with money. Is that if you always put others first, you probably will be able to do that for a little while. But after some time, you will feel that you are not able to do this consistently. You might feel less happy, you might feel less strong, you might feel less good. And what happens then, if you're not able to continue, you're going to burn out, then who is there to look after all those people? Who is there to be able to do that good and provide for other people? If you truly care about all these other people, you need to make sure that you're strong and you're consistently strong. You need to make sure that you're looked after so that you can do this on the long run. And so when it comes to money, it is very important to treat yourself. It is very important to do good things for yourself. I wouldn't say do this in craziness, like, yeah, I'm gonna party all day, I'm gonna go on the most expensive cruise, and I don't care about my family, I don't care about my friends, I don't care about the bills, woohoo, living la vida loca, right? Not like that. But a certain portion, and there's actually this thing by, I believe, Success Resources, they talk about the money jars, the money jar system, where certain percentages need to go to certain areas of your life. And 10% of whatever it is that you're earning needs to go to what they call play. Needs to go towards you treating yourself, you doing what you love. Whether that be gaming, buying the new game and enjoying a little bit of gaming, or whether it be you going to the spa, or whether you, going on a holiday, or you just treating yourself with some new clothes, or whatever it may be. Things to treat yourself so that you can continue to do good. You can continue to rock it. You can continue to hustle and bustle, right? Otherwise, you'll burn out. Now, where does this all lead us to? It leads us to a point that we understand that money is energy. It leads us to a point that we understand that there's enough abundance for everyone, and that it is very okay for you to go after it and get it. And that whenever we want to get it, we understand that there are two parts in which we need to shift ourselves. One is the conscious part, so being conscious of certain things. And the second part is stripping down whatever subconsciously is stopping ourselves. Okay? Thank you so much, Nalea. You're very welcome. So what does that actually mean? Do you guys know this, what is called invisible ceiling? It's a principle as an educational principle, but specifically a business educational principle, where people seem to feel like they cannot go above a certain threshold of money. And you may have experienced this yourself as well, that you always have a certain amount that comes into your bank account, and then the majority of it goes away to all the bills, and then you're always left with a little bit, and before you know it, it's all gone. And every day, every month, it's the same. For years now, it has been the same. There's a certain threshold, and you can't seem to go beyond it, right? The invisible ceiling. Now, this invisible ceiling has to do with what is subconsciously stopping us most of the time. There's also some conscious matters there. And during the 7-Day Freedom Lifestyle Challenge, we'll be able to break it away completely so that you can rebuild and reinvent yourself so that you are in alignment with living a freedom lifestyle, and that you can actually see results throughout the 7 days. And that's the most beautiful part, right? Because what we always see is that from day 1 to day 7 of the Freedom Lifestyle Challenge, and these are not even full days, they're only 2 hours per day, right? 2 hours live in the creator circle with all of you, just recreating yourself. We always see results in the most beautiful way. People completely becoming so much more confident. People being able to find a fantastic community with which you can do things together. People being able to actually see financial results throughout only 7 days. Can you believe it? In 7 days, you can already see financial results. I'm not saying that I guarantee everybody will be millionaires after the 7 days. No, absolutely not. But you will be able to reshape yourself and get a roadmap of how we were able to make millions, how we were able to build a freedom lifestyle business, doing what we love, helping people all around the world, and making money on autopilot. We're going to share with you the behind the scenes. We're going to share with you openly and honestly what we do so that you can copy and paste. Now, how many of you are excited for this? Comment below if you're excited. Say excited, because it is a true blessing to be able to do this. And sometimes, especially students message me or comment or just reach out to me and say, like, it's so wonderful how you guys just share it all, right? You literally just share exactly what you're doing. And why are you doing that? You can wonder, why are you doing that? But why not? Why not? Why not help more people? Why not allow more people to see the lights? Why not make more people abundant? Because if I'm practicing what I preach, I also believe in that there's abundance for everyone. So why not share it? Why not share with you what we took years and a lot of money? Let me just tell you this. I remember this one time where I was a newbie at Facebook marketing, and I was doing some tests and I got some great success with some ads. I was like, oh yeah, I got this thing, Like, have you ever had it that you think, like, I've nailed this thing, I know how to do it? And then you get a little bit of too eager, and then you do something. And I remember when I did that one thing, it literally threw 20K in the ocean, just like that. Okay, I made a mistake, 20K, boom. And not everybody's able to afford something like that, because obviously we were running super successfully at the time already. So we had the luxury to be able to do that. But I wouldn't want people to have to go through, losing 20K to be able to gain this information. And that's why we're so happy to share this with you guys. Okay? Now, let's get to the core of it. We have our head, and we have our mind, and we have our conscious and subconscious and everything. I don't know where they reside, but they're part of our being. And let's just make it very simple. We say it resides up here. Let's just say we class our head as a house, and then somewhere we have this attic, right? We have this attic, this room upstairs somewhere, and all in there are all kinds of boxes. And some of these boxes, literally, they've been there for ages. And if you are living in a house and you never come up to that attic, it maybe doesn't bother you. But these boxes have the tendency to be very smelly, Now, this is a very silly analogy, but I just want you guys to understand what is happening in your head. These boxes are super smelly. Can you imagine? I have boxes in my attic. You have boxes in your attic. They're sitting there. It's been there for ages, and they're so smelly that every day you go around in your house, you're like, what am I smelling? Is it me? No, I just showered. What's going on? And that smell is affecting you. It's affecting you in your health, because that smell can be healthy for you. It's affecting you in your happiness, because I don't feel so happy if I smell this weird thing all the time. It has an effect on everything. Now, you have those boxes in your head. And specifically when talking about money and wealth and abundance creation, these smelly boxes are sitting there and you don't even know it. You're not even aware of them. But you do see the effect of it. Because if you look at your bank account right now, you have just shared with me, there's room for improvement. That is the effect of the smelliness of these boxes. So what do we need to do? We need to throw them away. We need to first find them, because these boxes are also some real mean suckers. They just go and hide. So we have to go out there and say, hey, where are these smelly boxes? I need to find them. And again, I'm a bit silly when it comes to analogies, but I just wanted to stick with you guys. We have to make sure that these things don't stay around, because it's not serving you. And again, like I said before, make sure to write this down in your notes as well. In your notes as well. That on day number 1 and day number 2, we're gonna take the boxes away. Okay? And some of you may be thinking, "Whoa, that's a bold statement. How do you know?" Well, I know. We've done it time and time and time again. And a lot of the time as well, when we do this, people like think again to themselves, like, this is so weird, because yeah, it makes sense, and it's been with me for so long, and I see them now. I literally see the boxes now. Boom, let's throw them out, right? And these boxes are attracting flies. Yes, absolutely. Oh, it's stuck. Nice, right? So no more smelly boxes. Comment that below. Yeah, say no more smelly suckers. Who said that? No more smelly boxes. So what does it really represent? It represents actually that these boxes, they are somehow showing our relationship with money. These boxes are disrespecting money. We are disrespecting money. Because let me give you another analogy. Let's say money, we see money from now on as our friend. Write that below. Money is our friend. Money loves you, you love money, you'll be able to attract more. But let's think about this friend for a second. Let's actually give this friend a physical feature. Let's think of your best friend, for instance, and then you call that friend money. If you are not kind to that friend, if you are treating this friend with disrespect, if you're always being so, like you feel so stressed when you see this friend, and you feel like you're no more happy, and you want this friend to go away, will this friend come back to you? Will this friend think like, oh, this is nice, I'm no longer going to visit this person. I'll visit someone who likes me. I'll find my other friends. This is actually what we're doing to money. Because let's go back to that same scenario of us opening up our bills. How does it make us feel? What is that stressful feeling that we get? By us having that stressful feeling and portraying it, money is not going to be happy. Money feels like, this person is, not very kind to me. So, I've tried, it's not working out. I'm going to someone else who can appreciate me. So what do we need to do? We need to start appreciating money as our friend. We need to start being kind to money. Not always feel so fearful of money. Not always associate money with lack of. Not always associate money with stress. Not always associate money with problems. Not always associate money with not being able to. And trust me with one thing. We all have our examples where money made us feel that way. And even though it wasn't money doing the damage, it was a scenario, it was a situation, somehow we associate that with our friend money. And money's standing there looking at it and think, I'm being blamed for everything. Okay, well, I'll better leave then. Do you guys understand? The way how we, because of the smelly boxes, think of our friend money, the negative associations that it brings up, the fear, the uncertainty, all these things, especially the past few months with coronavirus and us not, people losing jobs, people not having enough financial means. How did it make you feel? You're portraying those feelings on our friend money. And that's not nice. We need to be kind to our friends. So what do we need to do? How do we change this? We have to understand, again, that money is energy. Money is our friend. And we need to get rid of all those negative associations that we have built up towards money. And that is why these boxes are so smelly. These boxes are all these negative associations that we've been piling up over years. Whether that is because of our experiences, whether it is because of us growing up and witnessing certain fights or certain situations around money that didn't make us happy, whether it is that it's just like with your job or with the different career paths that you have come to pile up some more boxes there. And I want to share with you a particular exercise that I want you to do in preparation of the Freedom Lifestyle Challenge. Just money-wise is one of the most powerful exercises that you can do to completely, once and for all, clean that attic up there, get rid of the smelly boxes, and make space for, not smelly boxes, no, make space, just make space. If you have enough space, then you can attract more money. You can attract more, then when the room is finally clean, then you can say, hey, money, will you come over? Let's play around, let's have fun, let's have quality time, and abundance will come your way, right? So there's one particular exercise that I want you to do in your own time. And that is that you identify these boxes. Have a look at your life right now and go back from the first moment that you can remember up to right now. What are the negative, false accusations that you have blamed money for? But it actually were different things. Identify these moments. Identify these things. Because when we identify, we can part with it. If we identify and we have the awareness, then we can say, it's enough. But we have to identify it. We have to go back. We have to understand, where does it come from? And then we break free from them. And like I said, on day number 2 of the Freedom Lifestyle Challenge, we will do this exercise. So if you have done this in preparation, it will really, really help you. It will really allow you to just, boom, clean it all up. Because once it's clean, then the new downloads can come in and you can acquire way more money. And you can acquire way more results and success and actually start doing the things that you love. So that's one part. Yeah, that's an exercise that I want you guys to do. Now, that being said, let's go into a few secrets of the riches. Okay? Secrets of the riches. And what it means is, what is it that the wealthy people do? What is it that the wealthy people teach their children? Because the most wealthy people out there, they probably don't have the same situation when they open up their bills that they're like, ugh. No, it's taken care of. It's a small thing, it doesn't matter, right? So that's what we need to understand. I want you to comment this below. We need to start adopting this abundance mindset instead of a scarcity mindset. You have to think in an abundance mindset rather than a scarcity mindset. Comment that below. Well, someone's asking for the exercise. Okay, so the exercise that I want you to do is identify the smelly boxes. Identify what are all the different negative associations that you have with money. For instance, that you feel like that there's never enough money to be able to do, to treat yourself, Or maybe you think money is the root of all evil. Maybe you have this thought in your mind that has been imprinted by your parents or by children as you were growing up, that all people with money are evil people, all wealthy people are evil. Whatever is there in your mind that will not serve you to become wealthy yourself, take it away. And it's actually a very good question that you asked, so thank you so much for that. This is the thing. I'm sharing with you right now, the secrets of the riches. Was there any one of you that, as I said, how do the most wealthy people think? Was there any one of you that thought, those wealthy scumbags, those greedy people, those people that only care about money and nothing else? Did you think like that? Because if that is a thought that popped up, even if it was just for a split second, that is a smelly box. Because if you just think about this for a second, right? If you think that wealthy people are scumbags, if you think that wealthy people are greedy, then you will never want to become wealthy. Because you associate wealth with greed, with not caring about anything else. So how could you want to be that? So that's exactly that exercise. You identify, what are my misconceptions about money? What are those things from growing up that I heard people around me say that I have somehow grabbed in a smelly box, put it upstairs, and have it affect me for the rest of my life? I got excited and wanted to know more. Beautiful. Well, definitely, for all of you, just on now that she's asking about it, everyone who is not yet signed up for the Freedom Lifestyle Challenge, make sure to sign up, right? Click the link, enjoy. It's free of charge, and it's going to be epic, okay? So here we are right now. Secrets of the Richest. Understand that in order for us to really be able to acquire more wealth, we have to understand that wealth is there for everybody, and money and wealth is purely a magnifier. If you're good, you're going to do more good things with it, all right? Now, secrets of the Richest. The first thing is to have this abundance mindset, not scarcity. What does that mean? Let's talk about your thoughts and your words when it comes to money. Have you noticed yourself, or will you from this moment forward, please notice and catch yourself when you say things from scarcity? Let me give you an example. If you say, I don't have the money. I don't have the money. I don't have enough. That is scarcity right there. So if you catch yourself thinking or saying, I don't have enough, or anything along those lines, that is scarcity. How about you change it? And even if at this very moment, the amount that you have is not as large as you want it to be, that you now say, I'm gonna create more. I'm gonna attract more. I'm gonna be able to do X, Y, Z to be able to have more. I will find out how to go about it. And this is one thing. Oh, someone's saying, when I say that's too expensive, exactly, that's a very good one. When you say that's too expensive, right? What we have to understand is that there is no such thing as expensive. Comment it below. Write down, expensive doesn't exist. And let me tell you, I very much want to thank you, Amanda, for saying that, because that is one secret of the riches. Expensive doesn't exist. Because we have to say this thing. Expensive compared to what? Expensive compared to what? Because let me ask you this thing. Let's say if we're thinking about health, okay? And let's say there is a fitness expert or a yoga instructor or someone who can train you in this area. Let's say Amy right now. Amy is running the yoga challenge at this very moment. Do you think that she knows a thing or two about yoga? Of course, her body is so strong. She's so kind. She's so well, yeah, she knows how to educate people, right? So say for instance, you one day speak to Amy and Amy says, yeah, I'm willing to train you. And Amy says, okay, so basically I've got this program and this program is for a certain amount. Let's say this program is 2,000 pounds, for instance, or $2,000. Okay, now notice, what is your scarcity mind saying to you? We also call this the little voice. We will introduce the little voice during the challenge. Hello, I'm the little voice. And the little voice is always there, right? Or actually, we can introduce the little voice now as he's already here. Hey, little voice, how you doing? This little voice is the one that always speaks fear and doubt and all these objections to your own mind. This little voice is always there to stop you from doing things. Let's say you want to go for something, and this little voice comes up, or what if this? Or I don't have enough this. Or that's too expensive. And some of you may be thinking, I don't have the little voice. Guess what? That is the little voice. I don't have the little voice. Right? So we all have the little voice. Right? So let's go back to this example. Program 2,000 pounds. Now, some of you may be thinking, that's expensive. Or actually, maybe it's not even you thinking, it's just programming from this little one. That's expensive. But then my question to you is, and I want you to write it down, comment it below to rewire your brain. Comment it below and say, expensive to what? Because what's your health worth to you? If we really come down to it, what is your health worth to you? Do you value your life? Do you value your well-being? But not even talking about just that thing, right? If we're talking about the effect that your health has on everything else. If you are more healthy, you are more good in relationship, you're more kind. If you are more healthy, you are more productive, so you can make more money. If you are more healthy, you are so much more happy, which allows you to have that happiness advantage that Sean Aker talks about, that allows you to see all these opportunities coming your way. So let me ask you this question again. What is your health worth to you? For the sake of health itself and the sake of all the effects that your health has on every area of your life. What is your health worth to you? So then comes the question again, 2K, expensive? Not at all. Not at all. Well, let me share another thing with you, right? And some of you may start to understand this point now. But let me ask you this other thing. Think about this. University, college. Let me ask you, how many of you have been through university, have been through college, or some sort of fancy education? Comment below. Let me know who you are. How many of you went through it? I personally went through a lot of education. I went through university, got different degrees. I went to do my PhD, right? That's a beautiful quote. So comment below. Who has been through that? And then the next question is, how much did you pay for that? Or anyone who hasn't gone through it, how much do the people that you know pay for university? Comment below. A university degree, how much is that? How much does that cost? Me too, me. Yes, it's coming in. Been through university or college, or it may not even have to be university or college. It may be that you just have some sort of education to be able to learn a profession, right? How much did it cost? How much is it? Is a normal college education? Still paying for it, someone is saying. Still paying. But just put a figure down, a monetary figure. How much are we paying for our education through the normal education system? Pay too much for my education. But let's share figures, because I want this point to hit home. Around 30K? Too much? You guys are very cryptic. In Sweden, university was for free. Oh, beautiful. My parents paid. Sweet parents. Okay. So if you're just thinking of it, for 50K left, 85K, 35K. All right. So let's make it conservative. Let's say 30K. Okay? 30K. Now let me ask you this question. If we think about it, right, this way, and now I hope you guys will see how messed up our thinking is. How messed up the whole of society is in this particular fashion. 50K, 30K, whatever figures are being put out in here. Let's say 30K, being conservative. We find it very normal to pay such an amount for that education. But let me ask you, what do you get from it? Are you guaranteed to then get a job or get a position or get something that is guaranteed bringing you back income? Are you, or are most people, after college, after university, after the degree, living the life right now? Now, this is not a trick question. This is like a rhetoric question, because the stats show it. Most people after university, after college, don't necessarily get their dream job, don't necessarily get that financial freedom. Some people do, they definitely do, but majority of people don't. Majority of people have a degree, a piece of paper, and they get a job at Starbucks. But yet, we find it so normal to pay 30K for this piece of paper. Now, why am I sharing this with you? I'm sharing this with you because I want you guys to become aware of all the weird things around us and actually get an awakening and awareness of how things can be done differently. Because if that is normal, but 2K for our health is expensive, how does that even compare? 30K for a piece of paper, acceptable. Everyone does it. No one will tell you, oh, that's not a good thing to do. No, everybody's yeah, that's very normal. Go to university, go to college, go 30K, 50K, 85K, whatever it is. But 2K for our own health, it's too much. Guys, if you are not experiencing what I'm experiencing right now, let me shake it. That's crazy, right? That's totally crazy. And so we have to understand right now that there's a difference in a lot of things that we feel is normal to what is actually normal. And that's why I want to share today on this video the secrets of the richest. What do the rich people educate their children in? And what I want to say right now, if we compare that 2K for the program, that health program that I just made up, right? I just made it up. 2K for a program about health. If we think about that program right now, you don't want to think about what you're putting in. You want to think about the return. And that's one of the secrets of the richest. Write it down. Don't think about your investment. Think about the return on investment. Comment below. Don't think about the investment. Think about the return on investment. Amanda says, Culture Call 8 said, go get a degree and earn a paycheck. A paycheck is keeping you in lack, and a paycheck makes your government dollars. That's why don't encourage abundant mindset. Break free. Let abundant in. So beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing, Amanda. Very, very true. It's very, very true. It's like, it's like, okay, here's my thoughts about this. In order for you to change your situation right now, you need to become aware of it. We don't have to say, oh, college is bad, because it's not bad. If you think about it, doctors, they need that education. Otherwise, we won't have doctors. Lawyers, same thing. And there's a lot of degrees out there that are very good. But I want you to think about you for a second. I want you to understand you and your position. If you want to make change, you have to change some things. You have to understand that the way how you think about money and investment is not serving you. And write this thing down. And see a lot of you saying, don't think about investment, think about return. Beautiful, right? But I want you to write this thing down as well. If you keep on doing what you've always done, you're going to keep on getting what you've always gotten. Let me say that again. If you keep on doing what you've always done, you're going to keep on getting what you've always gotten. And that is why I asked you earlier on in today's session about you thinking and taking a screenshot of your life right now. If you look at your life right now and looking at it financially, and then the other one was where do you want to be? But if you look at it right now, has this screenshot, has this situation been there for some time? Have you always had it, that there was never enough, that you always have to make ends meet, that you always get a little bit stressful when you see those envelopes come in with the bills? If that has been there for some time, it needs changing. If you keep on doing what you've always done, you're going to keep on getting what you've always gotten. So if you don't want that anymore, you need to change. You need to make change. And so the secret that I just shared about thinking about the return on investment, let's bring it back again. What do you get if you have your health in check? What is the return that you're getting? What is the return? Obviously, your health. Your health is your wealth. It is something that will allow you to keep on going. Secondly, it will affect your well-being, your mood, your relationships. Next, you get more energy, therefore you'll be more productive. And because of all of this, you are very likely to actually see some financial results from that. Just think about it, right? Picture your top athletes. Picture your top entrepreneurs. Picture your top celebrities out there. All these people that are actually making a lot of money. What do they all do? They all invest in their health because they know, and all the richest know, that your health is so important for you. It is so important to invest in your health, to be able to look after yourself, because in turn, the return will allow you to do greater things, will allow you to keep on consistently do greater things, feel more happy about it, have that happiness advantage, be in the right vibration, right? Let me tell you one thing. I've got a machine over there. It's behind here. Not like the camera's here, but I can't show you. That machine is a Kangen machine. How many of you know about Kangen machines? That machine, Kangen, is by a company in Magic. That machine is making the water that I drink. So it's like you tap it, or you connect it to the tap, right? You tap water, and it it makes the water alkaline. If you've never heard of this, look it up. Alkaline water. Let me give you a very quick background. Alkaline is kind of the opposite of acid. And let me share one thing with you. Diseases grow in acidity. So if we drink water which is alkaline, it makes our body more alkaline and therefore less prone to diseases. Makes you more healthy, makes you more strong, makes you able to do things better, right? And that machine costs me, or I had to invest in that machine. This one was, I think, like 4,000 to 5,000 for just that machine. Some of you may be thinking, that's crazy. Now let me tell you another secret. We've got like 5 or 6 machines with our family. We all have these machines. And then amongst all of us with I'm Creator, we've got, I don't know, hundreds of machines. Bill Gates has 46 of these machines across his different houses. Now, some of you may be thinking, that's crazy, right? How much money did you have to pay for a machine like that? But remember, secrets of the riches. What is the return? what are you getting back? If my health is good, if I'm more energetic, will I be able to do better in all the different areas in my life? Of course I will. By investing in a machine like that, I have been able to make more money. It's crazy. Someone is saying it's crazy, but it is true. So we have to start understanding what is the return that we're getting. And so, for instance, I want to do something very special, and I usually don't really do it like this, but I actually want to give you guys an insight in one of my student groups. So I want to say a massive shout out to all the FLCers. So FLCers in the house, say hello, comment below, say FLC. So those are our freedom lifestyle creators, and I actually want to share a screen with you guys in a moment. And basically, what we have started to do this week, starting today, is what we call the IPA challenge. Okay, the IPA challenge. And the IPA stands for income producing activities. Income producing activities. So it's basically that you focus, you basically map out your day and you focus on certain things that are income producing. Yay, big shout out to all the amazing FLCers in the room. For those of you who don't know the FLCers, connect with them. They're absolutely phenomenal. They're such fantastic students. And we've got GICers in the room, and I think maybe we also got VIPs in the room. But just specifically today, I want to give a shout out to the FLC family, because what is it that we're doing? And what is it that I've been so blessed to witness over and over and over again? This is something, again, that will allow you to put investment and return in perspective, okay? So FLC is a program that we run, and that's a 10K program, all right? So I'm just sharing with you guys openly and honestly. People pay 10K to get on the program, and we do different offers at different times, but the value and the price on the website is 10K. Some of you may be thinking straight away, oh, that's expensive. But not you guys. Because you guys have that wealth mindset, abundance mindset. You understand it's not about investment. It is about the return. What do you get in return? And I just want to share one thing, because let me ask you, and this holds for all of you, not just the FLCers, holds for all of you. If you can invest 10K to learn to make money, which you are able to do over and over and over and over and over again, that will allow you to make the 10K back and even more, because this is a skill set for life. Do you think it is worth it? Yes or no? Right? And what is this whole thing, and why am I sharing this? And that it's obviously, it's very candid, the way how I explain certain things, because I just want to be honest and I just want to be to the point. And when it comes to that, and you guys understanding the wealth mindset, that is obviously a bargain. If you learn skills that allows you to make money and consistently make money, it's a bargain. It's worth it, 100%. And towards the end of today's episode, which is going to be in around 20 minutes, I'm going to share something where I compare this particular thing to love. And I think it will hit home with a lot of you. All right? So a lot of you are saying, yes, absolutely worth it, worth every penny, beautiful. So right now, we have just finished the 4th week, and we're now into week... No, we've just started the 4th week. Yes, we just started. We just finished 3 weeks. We're just started the 4th week, and they're on IPA challenge right now. And basically with that, everyone in the group is reporting inside the group the money that they have made. And they have to, they have to go and get out there and basically get their business to bring business in. Now, we hadn't even started for I don't know, just a few hours, and the first results already came in. The first sales already came in. And I want to show this so that I'm not just saying it, it's actually true. So I want to give a few shout outs. And obviously, it's not just during IPA week that people are making money. So this is our community. This is the group, the FLC group. And it's a lot of posts in here, a lot of people in here. But I just want to give a number of shout outs to the incredible, amazing people that we have in here that allow themselves to just flip that switch and actually learn the strategies and the steps to be able to create abundance, right? So this Harisha, she just commented, IPA day one, hoo-ha hoo, cha-chings. She made sales on her jewelry, so that's her business. And let me just scroll back. Then we have, it's Andrew who's posting a beautiful post regarding people sharing each other's skills. Let me just go here. Christina, hope you're all doing well. Monday Brilliant just closed a Ayurvedic, I don't know how to pronounce this, but she closed a deal as well. And then just going back, and then let's see. I just wanted to show one other one. This is Ryan. Oh, Ryan actually closed the deal before we even started the IPA challenge. So big shout out to Ryan as well. And why am I sharing this with you? Because this is something that is current right now. And why I want you guys to be aware of this and actually be witnessing this is because even though I love all my students, the only real thing that allows them to get these results, and different people at different times, is because they start to believe in themselves. And they start to take action differently. And I just quickly wanted to show you guys these things, and some of you may not be impressed, like, oh, only a few sales. No, this is only the beginning of the IPA challenge. And within our community, there's so many beautiful, amazing results that people are getting all the time. But why I want you guys to see this particular thing of this new student group is because I want you to understand that you can do this too. You can do this too. I want you to comment below, and you affirming this. Comment below and say, I can do this too. Because I guess, again, like when people look at us and having been making over 7 figures and having, living a freedom lifestyle, being able to, do what you want to do whenever you want to do it, and, have that abundance, a lot of the time people think like, yeah, that's really cool. And it is cool. But what is even cooler is if you can see other people do that. If you get to see other people just waking up and understanding, hey, it's actually not that hard. Let's go and let's do it, and have a community together to help each other and support each other that they can do this with. And that is so, so powerful, right? And that's why I want to give a massive shout out to our amazing FLC students who are on our IPA challenge right now. And that brings me to the next point with the secrets of the riches. It is actually regarding a question that came in today on my Facebook Live, that sometimes people experience a bit of fear when it comes to money. A bit of, a bit of doubts of whether you can make it happen. And the same holds when it comes to, let's say, if you are making investments, if you are investing in certain things. And one thing that we will come to speak about on the Freedom Lifestyle Challenge that's going to start next week is that you want to invest in yourself. Comment it below and say, I want to invest in myself. Because, as Warren Buffett says it as well, you are your own biggest asset. You are your own biggest asset. And I actually had a conversation today with one of my FLC students. He's absolutely amazing. And I just had a very, very quick chat with him. And we were basically talking about, life and the different situations that may happen in life. And sometimes life challenges may get in, the storms of life may appear. Things may happen to you, and you may be feeling, oh, what's happening to me? But let me tell you this one thing, right? Let me tell you this one thing, and I want to make it really, really clear for you guys. People can take away everything from you, but they cannot take away your spirit. They cannot take away your talent. They cannot take away your passion and love. Those things are things that you will have with you for life, that will bring you great results for life. And why am I saying this to you guys right now? I wanted to make this so clear. Is because I now know that no matter what happens in my life, I will always have these skill sets that allow me to be financially free forever. Even if I have to switch businesses, if I have to change and do something completely different, I've got the skill set to make it work. No one can take that away. No one ever. And the same holds for you. You possess something special. I really want you guys to understand that you possess something beautiful, something special, something powerful. You all are unique. You all are special. And no one can ever take that away from you. And why are we saying, and why is another secret of the riches invest in yourself, is because of exactly that point. You are your own biggest asset. And yes, sometimes life gets in the way. But your spirit, your belief, your kindness, your courage to keep on going, that is the only thing that is necessary to achieve greatness, to achieve abundance, to achieve wealth, to achieve success. And that's a very, very powerful thing to become aware of. And for instance, let me give you an example. Donald Trump, whether you like him or whether you not like him, he's a brilliant businessman. Brilliant businessman. And one phase of his life, he was 9 billion in debt. Okay? 9 billion in debt. And I find this a fascinating story because he was so much in debt, but he made it back to being from 9 billion minus to billions plus. Now, why is that so? Even though he lost everything, and even though it was completely, not even lose everything, you have zero. He was minus 9 billion. Some of us have debts thinking oh, I've got 5K debt, I've got 10K debt, I've got 100K debt. He's got 9 billion debt. Can you believe that? Your debt is tiny compared to that. But he realized he has a skill set. And with that skill set, he built himself up again. Now again, you may like him, you may not like him, but that's not the point. The point is that he understood this principle. This very principle that I want you to understand as well. A lot of the time we look at things and we look at reasons why we are not ready to get certain results. We say, oh, because of that, because of that, because of that. But those of you who went through the pre-training of the challenge will know that there is only reasons or results. There's not room for both of them. And we'll talk about this in the challenge. We dive deep into these whole concepts of debt and how you can accumulate wealth and why debt, actually, there are types of debt that are good. Right? We dive in all these different things. But one very powerful thing that I want you guys to practice is this. Do your finger like this. And we'll come back to that later as well in the challenge. But do your finger like this. And why do you want to do your finger like this? It's because whenever you start pointing at different things, your finger points back at you and you realize, hey, I need to make change. I can't blame this situation, that situation, whatever. It will always point back at me. I need to stand up. I need to take the responsibility. And I can change everything. The power lies within me. The power lies within you. You can make anything happen. There is no reason strong enough to break you from where you are meant to be. All these things that are coming on your path are there for a reason, because it is meant to be there to make you stronger, to make you ready up to this point where you say, yes, I am ready for abundance. It is my time now. And I want you guys to affirm this. Comment below and say, it is my time. It is my time. And why am I saying that to you? It's because I want you to realize that you can have it all. But the only way that you can have it all is if you change your ways. And if you understand that there is no room for both reasons and results. It's one or the other. If I'm going to say, oh, it's because of that, because of that, because of that, okay, I choose reasons then. But then I lack results. If I want results, then all I have to be doing is be solution focused, find out how can I better myself. And within this challenge, we give you guys a full roadmap of how you can structurally make these changes. Changes with regards to your attic with the smelly boxes, how can you take them away? Ways of how you can become way more confident, way more clarity of what you can do, strategies of how to go and monetize, how you can make money doing what you love, monetize your passion. And so there's this one thing. Grant Cardone speaks about it. He says, you can't blame people for not being wealthy. You can't blame them. Because it's not because they don't want money. It's not because they're lazy and not willing to work. How many of you work really hard in your jobs, right? A lot of people just work very hard. He says the reason why most people aren't the most wealthy is because we haven't been educated as such. We haven't been learning these skills. We haven't been learning how we can accumulate wealth. People do not have the awareness. So that's one part. But now at this very point, with today's episode and with the last episode and with this upcoming challenge, I'm actually saying this thing to you. You cannot be blamed if you do not have the awareness of that there is a different option. But when you have the awareness and when you now know that there is a different way, now it's up to you to take action and make change. Because if at this very point, when you do have the awareness and you choose, no, I'm just going to keep things the same, then you can be blamed. Then there's no way that Grant Cardone can say, oh, people are not educated. You are educated right now. You have the awareness right now that there is another way. And so there is two options right here. There's two options. There's two types of people. And you will hear me say this over and over again throughout the different trainings that I will be doing with you. The not successful people and the successful people. And just to make it clear, whenever I say not successful, I just mean people who are not seeing the results that they want to see. Okay? I'm not judging anyone and saying, oh, not successful, blah, blah, blah. No. People are not seeing the results that they want to see. So the not successful people and the successful people. The not successful person, they will say, okay, cool, that's possible, but I don't know how. They'll be like, okay, I see there's another way, but I don't know what to do. That's the not successful people. Successful people, however, they say, I like this. I see that there is another way. And I'll find out how. I will find out how. I'll acquire the knowledge. Now my question to you is, who are you? Are you the not successful person who says, oh, I don't know? Or are you the person who says, hey, I like this stuff. I'm going to find out. I'll make it my duty to find out now how to do it. Which of the two are you? Comment below, successful person or not successful person. And so for all of you successful people, for those of you who don't know how, we're going to discuss with you how during this challenge. All the different steps, the whole roadmap. every simple thing that we want our students to know, like the whole roadmap, the initial awareness of what are the different pieces that you need to put in place in order to make it happen for yourself, that's what we're going to share with you. Right? And again, I'm not saying, oh, guaranteed after the 7-day challenge, right? You'll all be millionaires. Whoa! No, not saying that at all. I'm just saying to you that I'm going to share with you all the parts that you need in order to go and do it. Yeah? According to what we have done, obviously. I'm not going to say, oh, stocks and shares, this or that, because I don't know anything about stocks and shares. I can only share with you what I know and how we've been able to acquire a lot of wealth. I'm a successful person and I'm willing to listen and take action. Yes, I love that. All right. Now, this brings me to the final part of our session, and then we're going to close it up. And that is the comparison between money and investing to love. Okay? And so basically what we came to start today with is that money is energy. Money is energy. And in order for you to bring energy in, you also have to put energy out. You have to put energy out for energy to come back in. And so this is actually in answer to one of the questions that people asked on my page today about sometimes I have the fear of investing in myself. Sometimes I feel like, oh, what if it doesn't work? What if this? What if that? Now, we're going to talk more about that, way more about that during the challenge and also the next pre-challenge, the pre-training. I just want you guys to mark your calendars. On the 26th, there's the final pre-training episode. And that's a mandatory one for all people who are going to be on the challenge. So the 26th of September, that's a Saturday. Yeah, that's a Saturday. And that is going to be at 3 p.m. UK time. Okay? So 5 hours earlier than that we started today. And so if we understand that money is energy, we have to understand that we have to put energy out to get energy back in. So we have to put money out to be able to get money back in. And so, for instance, let's say this thing, we just spoke about it very briefly today, but let's say you want to learn how to do stocks and shares. Now, what I said to you is go find a mentor, find someone who knows how to do stocks and shares. Don't try it by yourself. Speed up the process, right? Allow yourself to get the shortcut. Find a mentor. Look out for a mentor who knows how to do that, right? And so that mentor will probably have a program that you have to invest in. And so the principle, and this is the final wealth principle, right, is money out to get money back in. Invest in the program so that you acquire the skill sets, and with those skill sets, you can make money over and over and over again. Think about the return, right? Coming back to all the stuff that we spoke about, think about the return, not about the investment. But then the question was like, but sometimes I understand that point. And actually, she's an amazing lady. I know her very well. She says, just sometimes, these feelings came up that I feel like, what if it doesn't work? Now let's compare it to love for a second. A lot of the time when it comes to money and investing, people want to have that guarantee that, yes, guaranteed, I'm going to make the money back. Guaranteed. They're only on a piece of paper where it says, when you invest in this stocks and shares program, then guaranteed within day number 60, you get 10K back in your account. Woohoo! But there are no guarantees, not as such. And so you have to understand that there's also this element of trust, this element of, hey, I'm going to do it. I give it my all. I'm going to make it work. Right? Master talks about this a lot of the time. I'll make it work. But if we compare it to love for a second, let's say you see the love of your life. Some of you may already have relationships. You can think, remember back the day that you saw your lover for the first time, right? And you were so, you just knew this was the one, for instance, or the moment that you knew this is the person you want to spend your life with. Or for those of you who do not have a partner, think about just you meeting your dream partner. Now, let's think about this scenario. Dream partner is right there, and you are about to have a conversation, or you have a value exchange, to say it in very technical terms, right? Are you going to be that type of person that says, hey, what if it doesn't work? I'm not going to give you my love. You give me your love first, right? Then I'll give you some. Are you going to do it like that? Well, obviously not. It doesn't work that way. It's not like, oh, you show me first. You show me love first, then I'll show you some love. No, of course not. You have to come from kindness. You have to give your love. You have to invest in the relationship, listen, do all these good things. You have to give love first before you are able to say like whatever the outcome is. And you have to put that trust in that as well. You can't say, oh, I need you to show me love first and then I'll give you love, right? Because it doesn't work in that way. It's about giving unconditionally. And then beautiful things can come from it. Because let me just change it slightly. Imagine that it would have been the best person in life, especially for those of you who are already in relationships, that you know that this is such a beautiful partner and you're so happy with this person, right? Imagine if you would have come with that approach where you say, hey, you show me your love first. I'm not going to show you any love. I'm not going to be kind to you. I'm not going to be friendly to you. You show me first. You show me first. Do you think that this person would have approached you in the same way as if you were just kind, as if you were yourself, if you were loving? Of course not. That person would then think like, oh, that's a weird person. Never mind, right? Then that person would also block and would also not give, even though this could have been the perfect person for you. And so what does this all mean? It means that in this scenario of love, it makes a lot of sense that it's totally crazy to say, hey, you show me your love first and then I'll show you my love. It makes sense. It's a natural situation where we can understand these principles. But the same very principles apply to wealth, apply to investing, apply to investing in yourself. There's always risk. The love may not turn out, but it will definitely not turn out if you show up like this, right? And so what is really important, and we speak about this more abundantly when the challenge comes, is that we understand that the way how we are, our vibe, that is what we can manage. What other people do, what other things may be, we can only show up at our very best, put in the effort, put in the trust, put in the faith, put out the energy, and give it our all. And trust me with one thing, when you do that with such conviction and such alignment and such passion, there's only beauty that can come from that. What I usually say, and I want you guys to write down as the final thing of today, is that if you show up in that way, you put energy out with full trust, and you show up, you pay attention, you play full out, you take action, you are keeping momentum, you do it with all your passion, then you're going to get what you want or something better. I want you to write it down. You're going to get what you want or something better. So bringing it back to this future that we all saw, this financial future in this case. Previous episode was about future in the sense more of experience. Today is more about finances. If we play full out, we believe, we commit, then we're going to get this thing or something even better just by showing up. And why is that so? Is because right now in our current understanding, we can only envision this thing. But by us taking the steps, our awareness broadens, our opportunities broaden, and our awareness of more broadens, and more comes our way. All right? My future is amazing. I'm going to get what I want or even better. Absolutely. All right? Now, But guys, I just want to say thank you so much for being here with me on today's pre-training episode about how to attract money like sweet cakes. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And especially for those of you, again, who haven't yet signed up for the Freedom Lifestyle Challenge, make sure you do so because it's going to be epic. It's going to change your lives. And again, I can say this with full confidence because we've done it so many times before. And like we said before, right now is your time. Right now is your time. So let's go and do this. All right. So love you all. See you guys at the next pre-training, which is on the 26th of September. And see you guys on the what's it called again? On the Freedom Lifestyle Challenge. I'm being silly here. Thank you guys so much and love you all. Mwah. Bye.